welcome to the official Autoblog.com live stream. My name is Eric. I'm the multimedia producer here at Autoblog. And if you don't know, we stream racing and driving games every Tuesday and Thursday from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock Eastern Time. And today, we are going to be doing Forza Horizon 4. The 2 o'clock really snuck up on me, so Joel Stocksdale, is Autoblog news editor, is also going to be joining us here very soon. I'm just a big dummy, and I forgot to remind him because I didn't realize it was time myself. So hopefully everything works, and hopefully we're in business here. I think we will be. All right, Joel is ready for an invite, so I am going to throw on this screen so I'm not doxing anyone. And if I can find him in my ever-growing friends list, here we go. Eduardo's here. What's up, Eduardo? Skylar's here. What's up, Skylar? Patrick says you're a doctor. Cool. I'm not a doctor. What do you mean? I'm definitely not a doctor. Lucky Girl is here. What's up, Lucky Girl?
Welcome back, Red.
So I sent the invite to Joel, but he... Oh! That sounds like Joel might be with us here. Is that you?
Yeah.
Hey, good stuff. Good stuff. Skylar said close one, right? But I'm not sure what they are referring to. Americ says hi. How's it going? Wanpei's here. What up, Wanpei? Hope you're doing well. Patrick said, you said a few seconds ago you're a doctor. What? No, I did. What? I don't think I did, Patrick. Joel, is everything working okay on your end?
Yes.
Beautiful. How's it going? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
That's good.
Been slightly sleepy all day because had an early shift today.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a few days like that lately, for sure.
A lovely warm summer day here in the UK.
Lucky Girl says, am I the only one that loved the overall presentation and rewards of the summer season in Forza Horizon 4? Tell us about it, Lucky Girl. I don't really know. As you guys know, I don't really play this game in such a way where I pay attention to that kind of stuff, but I would love to hear about it. Skylar says, what don't you play the racing Switch game? And I am not sure what you mean, Skylar. Patrick said I was joking. What did I say that sounded like I said I was a doctor? I wouldn't be mad if I was paid like a doctor, that's for sure, as I'm sure most people would not be. But I am unfortunately not a doctor. Skylar, I apologize. I have no clue what you were trying to say. But Ambrick says, I'm good, thanks. That's good. Patrick said, I won't be saying the truth like I did, so don't get used to it. Are you guys messing with me? I feel like nobody's speaking in, like, full sentences. I don't know what anybody's talking about in the chat. But, I mean, I still love you guys.
When the walrus is out.
Seriously. No, I still love you guys. I'm just confused. Like, I'm not trying to be difficult here. I'm just not sure what you guys are trying to say. But if anybody wants to hop in and play some Forza, let me know. We'll get you in. Joel, I would like to talk to you about all of the PlayStation and Xbox news. It's kind of old, all of it's kind of old news by now, but it's interesting
we
stuff.
haven't really had a good chance to digest it all.
Yeah.
I've been busy like almost every time that we've been doing a stream.
Yeah. Which does happen. It's probably good to be busy, but so the takeaways are Xbox Series X and PS5, which are the main like the top levels of each brand's console, are both $499. PlayStation has a secondary offering, which is called the PS5 Digital, which is the same as the PS5, but it does not have a disc drive. And I'm not sure if there are any other compromises there. I think it is only that it does not have a disc drive.
That is the only difference. It just doesn't have an optical disc drive.
Okay. And that one costs $399 US dollars. I'm speaking only about US prices here. And then the Xbox Series S is Microsoft's secondary offering. The Series S also does not have a disc drive, but it does have a few more concessions that it makes. It has a smaller hard drive, and it has I forget exactly what the component changes are, but it makes a few more concessions, but it allows it to price it, the Series S, at $299, which is on par with like a Nintendo Switch. So maybe a little more. I don't remember if Switch is $250 nowadays, but it's close. It's close. It's close. It's definitely a good value proposition. And then, as you guys probably all know, Microsoft's big thing is they really are pushing Game Pass. It's all about Game Pass, which I personally think is a good move. Game Pass is incredible. It's quite honestly a ridiculous value. And then the last big piece of news before we get into it here is just the other day, Microsoft made a $7.5 billion purchase of ZeniMax, which is the company that owns the Bethesda game studio, which Bethesda does like Skyrim, like the Elder Scrolls.
Well, and it's bigger than just the Bethesda game developers.
Yeah, it is. There are a ton of them.
It's all of the studios that Bethesda publishes for also. So That's id Software that does
That
Doom
id. Yep. That's the other big one.
and Rage.
Yeah.
And also Machine Games, which does the Wolfenstein games. And oh gosh, what's the name? I forget what the name of the developer is, but the developer that did Prey and Dishonored.
Yes. Yeah, so that is a very interesting move by Microsoft. Huge move, $7.5 billion is nothing to sneeze at.
Making money moves.
That is, yeah, that's for sure. That is literally more. I think that's... I could be wrong here. I know for a fact it's more, but I don't know if it's double. But I think it's about double what Disney paid for Star Wars, which is crazy.
No.
I know it's more than Disney paid for Star Wars, but I don't know if it's double. But that's probably easily look upable. I'll look that up right now.
I'm looking that up also.
Yeah, how much did Disney pay?
Oh my gosh, it was more.
Yeah, isn't
Disney
that
paid
crazy?
$4 billion for Lucasfilm.
Yeah, so I think people are just desensitized to how much $1 billion actually is. Like, think of it.
I think you're right. I think I am too.
No, same. I think it's impossible not to be. But like, think of it like $1 billion is $100 million 10 times. So like, that is insane. And then do that 7 more times to get to 7 billion. It's just an incomprehensible amount of money. I am ignoring the chat. My bad, guys. Andy's here. What's up, Andy? Andy said, can you send me an invite? Not sure to work, though, as I formatted since I had it working before. No problem. Amaric says, how can I join your session? The easiest way would probably just be to add my gamer tag. I am going to send it in the chat right now. It's just Skyway Traffic with a space. I sent it in the chat. So just go ahead and add my gamer tag, and then just try to join my game if you can. Andy, I can send you an invite, and I will here in a second. But if you can also try to join my game, that's probably easier if it'll let you, but I know it's weird sometimes. Lucky Girl says, the rewards and such for the summer season and just the overall general presentation is what I mean. I liked it. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I think this game is it's extremely polished. I don't think anybody could ever say the Forza games are not crazy polished. They are definitely nice and buttoned up. Juan Pei says, I'm just going to wait until my 1S dies. I mean, I think that's an extremely fair strategy. There's literally no reason why anybody needs to get a next-gen console until, like, 2021. And even then, needs. I use the word needs. Nobody needs to get a next-gen console. Nobody needs to play video games at all. It's a luxury. Shadowlight's here. What's up, Shadowlight? Juan Pei says, there's not a big difference between these generations. So I think I'll quibble with that a little bit, Juan Pei. And we can get into this as well, Joel. I think the big difference, there's not a big graphical leap yet. I think there probably will be, but I think the big advantage is less graphics and more performance for this generation. I don't know if you guys saw, and I don't know if you saw this, Joel, but I think it was IGN got their hands on a Series X ahead of time, and it went from, like, for Red Dead Redemption 2, the load time on a Series 1X, and a 1X is a stupid powerful console. In fact, it's the most powerful console in this generation. Not by a lot, but by a little tiny smidge. And on the most powerful console of this current generation, it was something like, some load time was 2 minutes long on the 1X, and on a Series X, bump that down to like 28 seconds. So that is a gigantic improvement, and that's an improvement that's going to be seen along every piece of software, every game. Doesn't matter if the devs coded for it. It does not matter. That's just like an improvement on the console level. So I feel like that's the kind of stuff that's going to be the big, at least right away, That's going to be the big draw for this upcoming generation of consoles, more so than the graphics. I think the graphics will get there, but it always takes a few years to see really like mind-blowingly good graphic games after a new generation launch.
Yeah, I agree with that, at least to a certain amount. And Juan makes a good point that a big part of that performance improvement is going to be from the solid state storage drives.
True.
That
Yes.
These consoles have.
Yep.
That's a big part of it.
That is huge.
But also, of course, the fact that they're running more powerful hardware, and so I mean they can run games faster and smoother. Like
Yep.
I'm excited for more buttery smooth frame rates. But I think it's one of these things where the graphical improvements that we're going to be seeing are getting more and more subtle as the generations go on.
Totally.
Like,
we can only
this
get
last
so much
generation-
closer to 100% lifelike. Like,
Right. Right. And like with this last generation, like some of the big changes that I noticed were like particle effects and reflections and lighting and things like that. Those were some of the big things that I had noticed.
That you noticed from what to what? Sorry, I missed the comparison.
From like PS3 to PS4.
Ah, yeah, yep, totally.
And also draw distance. The fact
Yes.
that you could just see so far.
Yeah, no, that is a super underrated one, I think. And I noticed that playing on my Xbox One S, playing games like really any of the Assassin's Creed games or any of the big like open world games. Yeah, that draw distance can be rough. So that's gonna be, and it does affect the I'm blanking on the word, but like the amount you get sucked into a game. Immersion, thank you. It does affect the immersion when the draw distance isn't realistic to what it would be in reality. So yeah, that's super underrated and a great point, I would say.
And also texture quality. That's a big one.
True.
From the PS3 to PS4. Because like if you go back and play a game on like PS3 or Xbox 360 and you're in a situation where like you're up close to things, like up close to character faces or looking at items like on the ground or a building, the textures in comparison to currently are really muddy and kind of simplified and
not crisp.
Like, yeah, the objects may still be pretty detailed, but the textures on them are kind of rough.
Yep. For sure. I just want to acknowledge here, I did see Andy, that is very unfortunate, and that must be, man, I'm like scared. So a friend of mine recently also updated their like NVIDIA graphics card with new drivers, and it screwed up Warzone for them as well. So this isn't doesn't inspire me with confidence about NVIDIA updates. I had one pop up over the weekend that I ignored. Maybe I'll just continue ignoring it since everything's working fine for now. But that's unfortunate, Andy.
It's a conspiracy to sell RTX 3080s.
Dude, it might be. I'm not even kidding. I'm not going to do it. Well, I will do it if I can find somebody to buy my 2080. But I swear to God, like, they announced that like 2 or 3 weeks after I got my 2080. And I was so pumped. And then they're like, oh, by the way, this one's cheaper and literally twice as good in every way. Like, oh, cool.
Of course, you got to be able to get a hold of one.
Right. Yeah, that's the trick.
I was seeing stories about apparently there was a lot of 3080 scalpers out there.
Yeah.
That were buying up pre-orders and then reselling them for just ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah, those people are losers and probably no one loves them. Just FYI.
What's FYI?
I said those people are losers and no one loves them.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick says, let me get caught up here. Patrick says, I have the McLaren, the one that's on the game launch screen. Nice. And then Lucky Girl says, I can't wait to get the new Lexus cars in this update. I didn't know there were new Lexus cars coming. Americ, is this you sending voice chat invites? Livid Buffalo, is that you? So unfortunately, we don't voice chat. We can't voice chat with non-Autoblog employees just because this is, as you guys know, the official Autoblog.com live stream. And it's not that I don't trust you guys. It's just much easier to have a blanket rule where we don't voice chat with anyone who is not working for Autoblog, unfortunately. But obviously, we are more than happy to still play, and we would love to. So if that is you, I will send you a game invite. Oh no, so that was a different person. That was not you, Amric, but I will send you one to your real tag here. Coven's here. What up, Coven? Hope you're doing well. Wanpei is a big fan of the custom SSDs, which same. Lucky Girl agrees with the draw distance. Andy says, quick question, who am I looking for and where? The game or Game Pass? Can you clarify, Andy? I don't know what you mean. Who, you mean my gamer tag? So you'd have to do that through your Xbox, like game bar on your PC if you're through PC. Or if it's easier, I can just send you an invite. Let me see if you're showing up as online. You are. So I will go ahead and just shoot an invite to a game. Amric, I will add you right now, and we'll try to get you in here. All right, got A1 R1. All right, Amric, a request is coming your way. And invite to game. So invite sent. Oh, I hope I didn't just do. Hold on. I might be an idiot, guys. I sent those. Oh no, sick. All right, Amric's in. Good. I thought I messed it up, but I did not. Patrick said I got the McLaren for free. How? How? Can you guys tell me how? I would like to get a free McLaren in this game. Coven says same. Patrick says I work for Autoblog, JK. I know. Coven says my clutch kit came with 2 stickers and a lanyard. Nice. It's always nice to get extra free stuff. Oh, Andy said my game just crashed. Reloading now, but I got an invite. Cool. And Patrick is also looking for an invite. Good stuff. Is let's see. Amric, are you still in here? Did I blow it? Yeah, we're good. Alright, so let me shoot an invite to Patrick. We'll get Patrick in here.
No, this is Patrick.
Patrick changed the avatar to what looks like a big brain Lewis Hamilton. Just an enlarged, just a blown up, just forehead of Lewis Hamilton. It sure looks like. Lewis Hamilton's about to set the all-time record, be the all-timer. That is crazy. Coven says, and a pop socket. And then Patrick says, they change everything for Xbox. It looks like a new console. Yeah, in terms of the UI, yeah, it looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. I agree. Hold on, I'm gonna send another invite to Andy just to make sure. Andy says, "Oh, I can't join because I don't have sufficient privileges." No, man, PC. Like, I've been really enjoying my PC, but PC gaming is weird. There are those weird little things that are just so annoying. That's unfortunate, man. I am sorry. So let's. Oh, we got Aimrick here. Let's go. Looking good. Andy's in. Patrick, I did send you an invite. Did you get the invite? Patrick says, "Can you wait?" Yeah, we can wait a second. I'll start moving to a different race here. Well, I'll pick one. Let's see. We got a new event. Holyrood Park Trail. Let's do it. Patrick is here with that. Dude, that is a wild gamer picture, man. Did that car just change colors? That was really weird. I could have sworn that car just changed colors.
That car did change colors.
Isn't that, what the heck? That is super weird. All right. So we are actually, this is actually Forza Horizon 4 Transformers Edition. And we just caught one in the act.
Robots in disguise.
Alex is here. What's up, Alex? How is it going? Nice. Looks like we got the crew in, at least for now. Alex, would you like to? Okay. Alex said, "Let me play." You can play, Alex. I will send you an invite. Alex, never mind. I see your gamer tag. Oh, you were running a little Enter the Gungeon, I see. That's a really fun game. I'm a big fan. Joel, have you heard, speaking of Enter the Gungeon, it's a roguelite, rather. Joel, have you heard of the new roguelite that everyone seems to be talking about called Hades?
I feel like I may have seen something about it, but I'm not super into those games, so it probably just kind of went past me.
Man, so me neither. I liked the Dead Cells. Dead Cells was cool, but I never got it never got its hooks into me, you know, like a lot of games do. But I did like it. But that was my first experience with any roguelike or roguelite, and it was fine. I understood it, but this new one, it's just gotten so much praise. I mean, everybody is really... I've seen nothing but glowing praise for it. So I picked it up. It was $20, not expensive. I picked it up. Whew! That game is addictive. I totally get it. And I think that it nails the balance perfectly of... I don't feel like there is a lot of actual progression, which is the only thing I don't like about roguelites and roguelikes and their whole existence. Is like, why not give progression? Like, I like progression, and this one has that, a lot of it, a lot of it. And it's more like you're just doing runs, and then you come back to a home base where you like upgrade your guy, and then you do another run, and then you upgrade your guy a little, and then you do another run, and you get further and further every time. And it's very fun. I would highly recommend it to almost anyone. It's super easy to just sit down and just play. But big fan. But if you haven't heard a ton about it, I won't go into the whole thing. It's just kind of a... I mean, if you're interested, anyone listening or watching, look up a trailer. And but I'm a fan. Big 2 thumbs up from me. Alex, did you... Oh no, Alex, you uninstalled the game. Unfortunate, Alex, but that is okay. Because we will play this again some other time. I'm gonna start the race right now, everybody in the convoy. I'm gonna go my convoy co-op.
Here comes the summer. Great to see
Alex
you again
Boost says,
in
which game am I talking about?
Championship.
It's called Hades. Hades. I believe it's available on pretty much all platforms. Eduardo said, how's my friend doing? We're all doing... No! Can we not do this? Without a car pack? I hate that.
Try clicking back.
Okay.
Try clicking buy car.
Buy car. Oh, you mean I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
In summer. What
Oh
would you want?
god. This menu system still. You would think after well over 100 hours easily playing this game that I would have figured out the menu system by now, but I haven't. It's still confusing, but great call, Joel. I can indeed buy a car, so that is what I'm gonna do. But no, we're good, Eduardo. We're just living it up over here. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Ooh, this is a pretty cool livery here. Black and gold Monster Energy, sure. I don't know why that one caught my eye, but it did. What have you been playing lately, Joel?
Well, I've been playing a little bit of Gran Turismo again. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
But the last couple games that I played, I talked to you a little bit about. I played Hotshot Racing,
Yeah.
which is that old arcade-inspired racing game,
Mhm.
and also No Straight Roads, which is the kind of music-themed, kind of action-adventure hack-and-slash game.
Yeah. Tell us about those.
So, Hotshot Racing, it's a little bit of the same situation that you were in with Hades, in that, I sort of knew it was coming out, but then, it did, and there were just, lots of glowing reviews, and I dug the art style, too. It's super bright and colorful. It's got simple vehicle models and kind of flat texturing. It looks a little bit like a cross between what you'd find in, a Sega Model 1 or a Sega Model 2 arcade machine, so somewhere between Virtua Racing and Daytona USA.
Yeah.
And I downloaded it. It's I think a $20 game. It's not super long, but it is going to have free DLC, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's always nice.
And the gameplay is superb. All the cars have little differences to them. There are different classes of cars, but even within those classes, the different vehicles have little differences. It's all divided up among, I think it's 8 drivers that they're from different countries and have different themes and backstories to them, kind of like an arcade race, kind of like an arcade fighting game, where each character has a little bit of a backstory and a little bit of a different ending. And yeah, the controls and gameplay are amazing. The steer, they're super tight and precise and responsive. It's just the way a racing game should be, and the sense of speed is excellent.
Love that.
And it's easy enough to pick up and play, but there's enough depth to the driving that you can get good. You can get good at it. You can kind of learn how to optimize your lap times and things. It's pretty cool.
Nice. That does sound cool. There's been a few indie racing. I guess, I shouldn't speak out of turn. I don't know for sure if that studio is indie. That's an assumption. But let me say indie-looking racing games that seem to all be pretty good, that have come out in the past month or two.
Yeah, there's a couple that I need to try out. There's one called Inertial Drift.
That's the twin stick
Which-
drifting one, right?
Yeah.
That sounds so
and-
interesting.
Yeah, I worry that I'll be really bad at it.
Why? Why is that? Why do you think that?
I don't know. I worry that like trying to have each of my thumbs do a different thing simultaneously on an analog, because like I mean, pressing buttons and then trying to run an analog stick, those are two very different things.
True.
So
Yeah.
It's unlikely that I would get some wires crossed, but I'd be worried that I'd be like trying to like turn one stick one way and then I start turning it the other way, matching it.
No,
Yeah,
totally.
whatever.
Totally. I bet that's the kind of thing that would click pretty quickly, though. I haven't played Inertial Drift, but I have played. There's this skateboarding game called Skater XL, and it's a very similar control scheme where the left stick controls your left foot on the board, and the right stick controls your right foot on the board. And it takes some getting used to, but it doesn't take long. Like, once it clicks, you're like, oh, okay. Like, but, I mean, obviously very different games, so who's to say if it would be similar, but I have, oh no, Patrick just screwed me here.
Oh, yep.
Oh.
Oh, and then there's Art of Rally that I want to check out.
Yeah, that's
which
another
looks
one.
really cool.
Yep.
It also has like really simplistic car models and things, but it's all done with kind of soft lighting and is more artistic, whereas like Hotshot Racing is really like bold, bright arcade colors.
Yeah. Yeah, Art of Rally. Go ahead.
Oh, but some of the other things that I really dig about Hotshot Racing, there's lots of different tracks, and just like old arcade games, every track has just all kinds of crazy set pieces all around. Like there are things like amusement parks with like roller coasters and Ferris wheels, and like there are big old planes and giant billboards and things. It's got a staple of like every single 90s arcade racing game where there's a section on a racetrack that goes underwater and you can see like fish and dolphins and stuff all
yes,
around you.
for sure. That's a necessity.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's
and
awesome.
every car in it is very clearly based on real cars. Some of them are pretty clear and obvious, like there's a Chevy Camaro and a Jaguar E-Type and things like that. But there's some obscure ones too, like the early 2000s Toyota GT1 Le Mans race car, and actually like a old Toyota 86.
Thank you for the carry, Amric.
That has the TRD paint scheme that was used on Japanese race cars. And actually, there's a couple of movie-inspired paint schemes. Like there's a NASCAR that you can get in kind of this black and green and white paint color scheme that looks just like the City Chevrolet NASCAR from Days of Thunder, starring Tom Cruise.
Wait, what? Say that again? It features a car from the movie Days of Thunder that stars Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Wow. That's just a really surprising licensing thing.
Well, all of these cars are legally generic versions of real cars.
I see.
And the paint scheme doesn't have any actual logos and things, but it's a NASCAR with basically the same colors.
Yeah,
as
like it's
the car
obvious.
that was in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tribute.
Similar to, but legally distinct from.
Exactly.
Very important. So I gotta catch up. I see the chat moving here. I gotta catch up after this race. I will. Don't you guys worry. I'm also quite sure I'm still getting a crap load of voice chat invites, and guys, I apologize. It's not gonna happen. Here, unfortunately, we cannot voice chat with users, just because, like I said before, if you are new to the stream or if you didn't hear this before, this is the official Autoblog.com live stream, so it's like an official thing. It's for our business. So you know, we got to be really careful with what is said, and we can't have just anybody popping in and saying crazy stuff. So we got to keep it to Autoblog employees only. Both Joel and I work for Autoblog.
Only we get to say the crazy stuff.
Exactly. Exactly. Huge win by Amric last race, by the way. That is, I mean, you crushed, dude. Looks like Patrick's coming up front on this one. Very nice. Oh! My bad, Amric. My bad. Right after he said I'm on your team, that was purely an accident. Purely an accident. Oh, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one though. Easy peasy. I don't hate the way this car handles. It is it's not nearly as loose as many others that I've driven in this game, which I like.
Also, I haven't been saying much because I want to give you an opportunity to catch up on chat stuff.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. I am definitely going to be doing that as soon as this is ended, which is going to be in a second here. That was a risky checkpoint clip there. I thought I might have missed it. That is going to be the finish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Love to see that. Oh, great win by Shadow Beast. Good stuff. Okay, so chat. Let's see what we got here. Patrick said, Eric, meet me at the monument, Scott Monument. It is absolutely great that you think I have any clue what or where that is. But I do not. Patrick says, I haven't played this game in a long time, so I suck. I mean, I play this game all the time, and I bet I'm worse, so don't even worry about it. Alex says, I'm going to go back to Crew 2 now, no problem. Skylar says, hi, I might not be able to watch till the end. No problem. Everybody, anybody, I mean, feel free to hop in and out whenever. Like, yeah, no expectations here. We're just hanging out, having a good time. Warhammer, what's up, Warhammer? I actually recently got some Warhammer. I don't even know what they're called, models, I guess you'd call them, but I got some. I used to be really into them when I was younger, and I got some a few months ago. But big Warhammer fan. I know that's big time nerd stuff, but I'm a fan. Nerd. Skylar says, me? I'm not sure what you mean, Skylar. Let's see. Alex says, Warhammer says, oh, I missed the start of this race. I didn't know we were doing another race. That's all right. I have faith in the convoy here to carry me to victory. Let's see. Alex says, "Now promise me," and I don't know what you want me to promise you. Skylar says, "But I still like your video, and I'm only allowed to play Rocket League on Saturdays and Sundays," my mom says. I gotcha. Alex says, "Now promise me you're going to play Forza on Friday." No, guys, I can't. Look, I'm not trying to be mean here. I swear. But I will never and can never make any promises for any playing of any games other than on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I promise that when we're playing a game on stream on Tuesday or Thursday, that if it's a game that we can play with others, I promise I am always down to play those games with whoever wants to play. But any days other than Tuesdays and Thursdays, I can't make that promise. I'll never be able to. I'm sorry. I am sorry, but it's just it's not gonna happen. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, no problem whatsoever. Andy left the convoy. I hope that was intentional and your game didn't crash. I would feel bad again. But I have a feeling the game probably crashed. Do you guys think I can get not last place here? Ooh, another big win for Shadow Beast coming up, looks like.
At 85%, you're not gonna you're not. You're
No.
gonna get last.
Yeah, I
You're
am.
last.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. But that's okay. No, I didn't get last. I got 10th. Somehow. I'm not sure how.
Isn't that last?
No, there were 11. There was an 11th.
Huh.
Yeah, I think I could have
Somebody
sworn I
leaked the
caught.
race.
I could have sworn I caught somebody stuck right at the end, like on a. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so Coven says Art of Rally looks hot. Same. Warhammer. Same. I mean, I agree is what I meant to say. Warhammer says, "Bro, I am trash at Rocket League." That's what I meant to say. Same too. Yeah, agreed. I am too. Coven says Hotshot was fun to play. Alex says, "Hey, if you like Forza, you'll love the crew too." I gotta try it. I gotta try it. The next time it's on like a big sale or preferably free, I definitely will pick it up. Lucky Girl says, "I have a Ferrari Thrustmaster steering wheel, and I want to try to use it, but I don't have anything strapping it down, so I can't turn too much without it tipping over. And it's a paddle shift without a stick or a clutch." Interesting. Do you have any, maybe like, I can't even think of what they're called. They're those, like, really, like, stretchy, like, ropes? I don't know. Bungee cables. Bungee cables. I don't know why I can't think of words today. I'm having a rough day.
Stretchy ropes.
Yeah, stretchy ropes. You knew what I was talking about. Got the message across. Oh man. Let's see. Alex says the map is just South America without Canada. Well, I mean, Canada's not a part of South America anyways. Do you mean
I think he means the United States.
I understand. So the southern part of North America, maybe?
Yes.
Makes sense. Alex is dropping random numbers. Not sure what that means. Alex says there's like planes. Oh, no. Alex and Patrick are both dropping random numbers. I'm sure I prompted that earlier and totally forgot why. Alex says there's like bikes, planes, boats, monster trucks, anything you want. That does sound really cool. That sounds really, really cool. Game is just nice. Patrick says, I wrecked Skyway because you hit me. Did I? That was unintentional. I apologize. Patrick says you scrapped my car. Yeah, that's my bad. That is my bad. Coven took issue with you calling it a NASCAR car and says, "Excuse me, sir, it is a stock car." Which I guess is probably fair.
Tomato, tomato.
Tomato, tomato. Potato, tomato. Alex says, read up chat from like 20 messages ago. I assume I did by now. Desi and Tito says, what car is that? That's a great question. I wasn't even really paying attention. I'm not sure exactly what car this is. And then Desi and Tito says, you're playing on Xbox, right? Yes, I am currently playing on Xbox right now. Patrick says, he pushed me off the track to win. Andy says, was that a best of 3 race? I think it was 3 different races. Amaric says, what time is it in the USA? It is 2:51 p.m. What time is it where you are in the wide world, Amaric? Andy did get disconnected. Amaric says, Autoblog team win. Agreed.
Also, that's 2:51 p.m. on the Eastern time.
Oh, yeah, I guess that would be, yeah, Eastern Standard Time, I think. I think we're not in daylight time. I never know. Daylight savings time should be outlawed, IMO. Lucky Girl says he is laughing because it is a bungee cord. Alex says, so the message like 50 messages ago about the Crew 2 map is actually North America. I got you. Yeah, North America minus Canada. Canada, as they say. Nobody says that. Patrick says, meet me next to Horizon Festival Garage. That I can do, Patrick. That I know where that is. Andy says, my game keeps disconnecting. Boo! And then Lucky Girl says, I am Central Standard Time. Yeah, so just like an hour, a single hour away, I think. I think that's Central. Yeah, it is. And then Mountain is 2 and Pacific is 3.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a new car added to the garage. A 2017 Ford M Sport Fiesta. All right, so I'm headed to the festival here. Oh, good. And there's a race to do right next to it, so that is going to be perfect. Andy is GMT. Okay.
So
I think that's.
So Andy, are you in the UK then?
I think that is. I think Andy has mentioned that he is in the UK
Greenwich.
Before.
That's Greenwich Mean Time.
Mean time, not nice time. Mean time. Oh, Patrick, this thing is crazy. I'm a huge fan of this. Yellow and purple. I'm actually a huge fan of this. I love that color combo. Huge fan of that color combo, in fact. Okay, so let's go. Let's hit up this guy.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, I've been playing. I picked up the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
Even though it is a scam, and I am mad at Nintendo for the whole thing, but I'm the reason why they do it. I'm the problem.
That answers my question.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what you think about the limited run.
I mean, the whole thing is nonsensical. They did literally nothing to update or improve the games. Bare minimum. Literally. And then they have... Go ahead.
So they just uprest it and called it a day.
Literally. It's crazy. Like, they did nothing. And, yeah, and then they have the audacity to sell it only for like 3 months. And I assume the only excuse I'll accept is because they are embarrassed by their performance on that game. Because it is... And look, it's like... But the reason I still bought it, it's like... let me describe it like this. The collection is like a 1 out of 10. But the individual games are pretty much all 10 out of 10s. So it's like they're still incredible, classic, historic, unbelievable games. But it's like, I wish they would have done more. I wish they would have done literally anything at all for the collection. But I think that's the best way I can describe it. Collection sucks, but the games are incredible.
Not much.
So I feel like this is something that I hear from Nintendo fans a lot. what they did is terrible, but here's why I still paid the money for it.
No, yeah, no, for sure. But it's because, but here's why. The real reason is because there is not a company that has ever existed or currently exists that makes better games than Nintendo. And I truly believe that. So it's like they can get away with it because they know that like Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, even as they were when they came out, is still the best trilogy of platformers that exists currently. Like, probably by far. Like, those games are just like... I mean, you say, but have you ever played Super Mario Sunshine or Galaxy?
No, I haven't.
Then you gotta play them before you judge. You gotta play them before you judge. They are borderline perfect platformers. 3D platformers, let me specify.
And I played a lot of 3D platforms.
No, I know. Same. It's one of my favorite genres. But it's one of my favorite genres because of Mario. Like, it's just like they just have that special something that other games don't have. Every other 3D platformer is just some of them are very good, but they're all imitations of Mario. And I just feel like that's why.
I don't know. The 3D platformers that I've played have guns, usually, so...
True. What's a good 3D platformer with guns? I've probably played a few. I just can't think of any off the top of my head.
Well, the Ratchet and Clank games.
True. Yep. Yeah, obvious ones. True. Very true.
And the Jak and Daxter games.
Very true. But the thing is like Mario doesn't have guns, but there are like projectile weapons. So there are approximations. Like you throw your hat or you do whatever you have in Super Mario Sunshine. I guess Super Mario Sunshine you do kind of have a gun the whole game. It's just a water gun. But no, man, I think there's just something that for me that's why Nintendo gets away with it. And that's why I still give them my money, because I still want to be able to play particularly Super Mario Sunshine. That is maybe my favorite game of all time. It's for sure in my top 3, but I just find it hard to pick a definitive favorite game of all time. But it's for sure my top 3. That game is incredible. And that's why, even though they did nothing to upgrade it, I still want an easy way to play it. So I bought it. And I am the problem.
Hey, Eric.
Yes.
Eric,
yep.
could you reset your headset?
I could. Thank you for letting me know. Yep. I'm doing it right now. Joel asked me to do that because since my headset is wireless, sometimes the person on the other end, it sounds like staticky and weird. So, and when I reset it, it fixes it. So I just did that. Oh, Lucky Girl said, yellow and purple, LSU colors, baby. Also the Lakers. Shout out to the Lakers and the Heat in the NBA Finals. That is going to be... I'm not going to lie, I don't know who I'm rooting for because I'm a big fan of both teams. I think I've said this multiple times. In fact, Lucky Girl and I have talked about this multiple times. I think the Miami Heat have the best jersey in professional sports. So that does make me want them to win. But also, I'm a LeBron fan, man. I feel like you can't deny how good the LA Lakers are. They are just dominant. So it would be cool to see them win, but it would be cool to see the Heat win too. I think it'll be a good matchup.
Yeah, I don't really follow the NBA all that closely, but I've got to admit I've definitely come around with LeBron James. He's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he seems... I never understood, like, a few years ago, he just seems like he gets so much undeserved hate. And it's like, for doing things that is like the big one that I don't see it so much anymore, to be completely fair, but the big one that I used to see all the time was like he's a baby, like he's a flopper. Like, huh? Welcome to professional sports, bro. Everybody's a flopper. It's ridiculous. If anything, LeBron James does it way less than most people. Like, that one really is like, I never understood that one. but like flopping is an epidemic in all professional sports. I don't think you can single out one athlete for that. Let me see. I see we got some new chatters here. Let's see. Alex says, I'm a Gen Z. I don't play Mario. Alex, that's a big mistake, buddy. You got to try it. Seriously, I'm not joking. Please try it. They're so good. Even if they're old and even if they're so good, man. All of them. They don't make bad Mario games. At worst, it's like this one's pretty good. But
so actually, I'm gonna step in here.
okay.
There have been some bad Mario games.
Yeah, if you hit me with like a Mario Paint or whatever, then sure. Mario Paint's bad.
Actually, that's not what I was gonna go
Okay,
with.
what are you?
Because actually, I think a lot of people really love Mario Paint.
I've never played it, to be honest. But so which one are you thinking of? Which one do you think doesn't live up to the hype? Or few?
Well,
which few?
There's a couple that are rough. There's the like Mario is missing educational titles.
Okay, fair, 100% fair. I guess I'm not counting like mainline
also,
Mario
like,
games in my head is what I was saying. But you're right. That's
yeah.
fair.
Well, and I mean that one was actually developed by Nintendo, so that one is on them.
Sure, but that's not like a platformer in any
so-
way, right? That's like a very specific. That's just a weirdo, like spelling game or something, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an educational thing. It's like geography and history.
Gotcha. But you are right. I'll give you that, though. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you have
and then
another
there
one.
Yeah, because there was also, I think, like Mario's Time Machine or something, which was.
Oh, man, these games are so obscure. You know what I mean. You know what I meant. But you're right. You're not wrong. But.
And probably one of the most infamous was Hotel Mario on the Philips CDI.
Dude, I mean, again, you're not wrong, but I obviously was not referring to these games. I mean, just like main Mario games, like platformer Mario games. I think you'd be hard pressed to find a bad one. Extremely hard pressed.
I know.
No, I respect
I'm
it.
being that guy.
Oh, I know. I respect
because
it.
it's fun to poke you.
Of course. No, I respect it. And you're right. I mean, don't go out. You don't want to go out and play Mario is Missing as your first Mario game. You're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a really bad time. You're going to be really confused. But no, man, just the classic, like the main Mario games, all really, really good. Very polished. And particularly the ones on Super Nintendo age incredibly well. Because that art style is... I feel like at this point, 30 years later, I feel like it's safe to call it timeless. I don't see how that art style could get worse, like any worse than it is now, which is not bad at all. It's just a specific... It's like 16-bit cartoons, basically. I feel like it's a very cool look.
Mm-hmm. That actually does kind of remind me of something that I was thinking about playing Hotshot Racing, was that I really appreciate that there are now people that can appreciate low polygon art design. Because I feel like for so long, there were all these people that were always like, oh yeah, pixel art is so much better than anything 3D because all the early 3D stuff looks so crappy and aged so badly. And it's like, no, there's something kind of special about earlier 3D modeling.
For sure. Because it's just like the forced creativity that all the developers had to use back then to make anything look like anything. Like, and it just creates really cool stuff. All right, let me try to catch up on the chat here again. Sorry, guys, I know. Alex really shook me to my core when he said I don't play Marios. Lucky Girl said, yes, you took the R34. Patrick said, we have the same car. FaZe Sway, what's up, FaZe Sway? Said, yo, what up? Valentin said, yo, what up, guys? Tommy M says, looking for a wireless headset for Xbox. Which one do you have? So I have the Turtle Beach Stealth. Let me tell you for sure. Hold on. Yeah. Stealth 700s. Oh, look at that. I took my headset off and didn't even lose a position in the race. Stealth 700s are the headset I have. I'm a big fan. I think they're great. If this pair broke, I'd probably get this exact same pair again. So that's probably the highest praise I can give any product I use. They're not perfect, but I can't imagine there is a Bluetooth headset that is, because Bluetooth is just a mess all around. But they're really good. They sound good. They work well. They're very easy, which is really all I can ask for. Lucky Girl says, oh yeah, I'm going for Miami in the NBA Finals. It would complete the underdog story perfectly. And yes, LeBron is in my top 5 NBA players. Yeah, no, 100% fair take. Andy says, could I get another invite, please? I tried giving my PC a talking to. Absolutely, Andy. I'm sorry. I'm so slow. I will send you an invite after this race. FaZe said, LOL. Lucky Girl said, oh my god. Lucky Girl said, people hate on greatness for one stupid reason. They are jealous. I really do think there is an element of, like, people just hate on great. I do think that's real. I mean, he's arguably, there's a conversation, but he is arguably the GOAT, as they say. So I think with that, even with that, like, designation, people are going to be like, no, he's not. Just because, I mean, I think that's a fair argument. Michael Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, they are all GOATs, I would say. And I don't know enough about basketball to really strongly rep one over the others, but I know that those three are pretty inarguable, and strong arguments could be made for all of them. FaZe said, so bad. I assume referring to my play. I agree, FaZe. Welcome to the stream. You're not going to get high-level play here, but you are going to get good times and some laughs. Patrick says, I finished 6th, had a bad start, but got spots back. Nice. Patrick said, let's go, we won. Yeah, huge win. Thank you for the carry once again, guys. Uh-oh, I got to scroll. I see Tommy M sent a message, but I cannot see the message. Oh, but we're on the last lap here. Also, I realize I should mention, I don't know if maybe... I assume everybody knows what GOAT means. If you don't, that's going to sound really weird. GOAT is an acronym. G-O-A-T. It stands for greatest of all time, if anybody doesn't know. So I know we have a lot of people here, all ages, from all over the world. So just to clarify that. All right, let's see. Tommy M says, thanks, I was looking at that one. No, for sure. Yeah, it definitely gets 2 thumbs up from me. Lucky Girl said, oh, you're right. Yeah, don't forget about Steph Curry, too. He's a 3-point god. He's my favorite NBA player. He's one of my favorites, too. He's super fun to watch. Super fun to watch. Americk says, win again. Indeed. And then, okay, so Andy. I got to shoot Andy an invite after this. Oh, I love this. Everybody's sellies. This is the best. Van Mai is my mom, who says, even I know what GOAT stands for. Yeah, no, it's not. It's pretty common, but you never know.
Fun fact, on the Ford Bronco, GOAT stands for go over anything.
Oh, wow. That is another example, in my opinion, of the marketing team being given way too much leeway with that vehicle. My God. I do not like so many just random... It really just seems like everybody got in a room, got wasted, and then they were like, what can we call all of these extra things? And...
Well... The thing is that the Bronco thing actually dates back to, like, when it first came out in the 60s, I think.
Oh, really? The go over anything does? Uh-oh. Hell, I might have lost you for a second, Joel. Are you there? Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, you're... Okay, you're back. I lost you for a second there.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you over the headset, so I didn't get your response until a couple moments later.
Oh, weird. Oh. What were we... Oh, for the yeah, my big... then that one's fair then. But the big one I absolutely hate is the, what is it? It's the Toe something? It's like the Bronco Toe something. And it's like Toe, T-O-W. And then the other word makes sense too. But when you say it together, it sounds gross. It's like...
Let me...
But Alex says, "Okay, bye now." No problem, Alex. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to send another invite to Andy here, because I don't want to forget.
Dang, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I was like... Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could remember because it was so goofy. But anyways, doesn't matter. So let's see. Lucky Girl says the way Steph still stays humble and such, even though he's that good, is so amazing. Agreed. He seems like a really cool dude. Brother Rogue Natty. What's up, brother? Says, can I play with you? Yes, you can. The easiest way would be if you can add my gamer tag, which I just sent in the chat, and it's Skyway Traffic. Go ahead and add that, and just see if you can join my game. It should be joinable. If you can't, then go ahead and send me your gamer tag, and we'll get you added for sure. But actually, in the meantime, Joel, I have to pee real quick. So would you mind keeping the people entertained for like 60 seconds?
Well, this is gonna bomb. But,
no, I will be right back, guys.
take a look at the chat. See if there's anything new. So I couldn't find the Bronco thing that Eric was referring to, but there is another thing that I thought was pretty ridiculous, and they named the suspension on the Bronco. It's called HOSS, H-O-S-S, and it stands for, had it here just a moment ago. Here we go, High Performance Off-Road Stability Suspension, which just seems like such a stretch. And actually with high performance, it would be HPOS. HPOS. Yeah, I don't know. Marketers can stretch things. Keep pushing him, Patrick. Keep pushing him. Gosh, if we could push him into a field, that'd be awesome. Like, what happened? Oh no, you ghosted through. Ah, there we go. Off-road might be a little more than I need. Yeah. There we go, we're getting some momentum. Through the edges, yeah. Well, I guess that's where he's going to be now. As that be a solid wall and a solid house. I'd say that's mission accomplished.
What up?
Hey,
what'd you talk about?
Well, we moved you.
Oh, what in the world? How did... You guys really moved me. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That's
All
pretty
right.
impressive.
Yeah, that is not bad. What is... My mom said off-road might be a little more than I need. What is that? Were you guys talking about the Bronco still?
Yeah, so I shared.
It's Toe Razor. It's Toe Razor. I hate it so much.
Oh, I think I remember you mentioning something about that
Yeah.
to me also.
It's a Toe
Hang
Razor.
on, let me.
They spell
Let
it
me look that up.
Towrzr, but pronounced it's Toe Razor, and I find that ridiculous. I can't believe it just came to me.
Yeah, so that was a Bronco Sport concept, and basically they have it towing a Polaris Razor, and the Polaris Razor is spelled RZR.
Yup.
So it's the Bronco Sport Tow Razor concept, and it's like, and yeah, no, it sounds like something that you use to shave your toes.
Yes.
And it's like that's all bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
Now, the only thing that I could find was there's another acronym on the regular Bronco that's called HOSS, HOSS.
Oh,
It's high performance off-road stability suspension.
okay.
And it's just like, so it's suspension.
Yeah, right.
It's like there's nothing
Just
special
suspension.
about it. It's just- yeah.
Oh, man.
And like the fact that it's high performance off-road suspension or off-road stability suspension, it's not even HOSS, it's HPOS.
Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. Dude, this... Okay, so I have... If you guys have noted, I don't know if I've ever actually, like, mentioned this on stream, but, like, you guys might have noticed that I have what could be perceived as a hatred for just marketing in general. I don't think, like... I just don't like it, and the reason why is because I went to college for marketing, and it's like... It's just like a not real... Like, it's like a fake thing. It's not real. Like...
I never knew this about you, Eric. This is...
Yeah.
I'm gonna want to hear more about this
My-
in the future, but go ahead,
Yeah.
go on.
No, my degree is in marketing. And I just hate it because it's not like... Okay, yeah, I guess begin matchmaking. Is that like... I don't know. I just feel like, at least my education, like, I can truly... I don't know if I learned an actual single piece of actionable information. Truly. And it just seems like it's a whole lot of guesswork for sure. It's just like throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what is gonna stick. And it's a lot of, like, bravado. Like, I feel like a big part of marketing is pretending like you know what you're talking about. But nobody does, because there's nothing to know, because marketing isn't real. Like, it's just... I wish I could describe it better, but it's like... I really believe, like... I know I'm... Some might say I'm prone to hyperbole. This is not one of those times. I really don't see how marketing is like a real thing. It just seems so abstract, I guess, is like especially to be doing a 4-year degree on. That doesn't, I don't know. My point is probably don't get a degree in marketing is my point. That's the only point I'm trying to make, I guess. Because it's useless. Everything, you will learn more online, for sure. I mean, I guess unless you go to I'm sure, like, big-time universities and stuff have better marketing programs than the one I went through, but the one I went through was useless. I will tell you that much.
So, I'm also curious, have you ever watched Mad Men?
I have. So that's more... So here's the thing. This is what doesn't make any sense. Mad Men is advertising, which is different than marketing. And it's like there are all these absolutely arbitrary designations. It's like there's sales, and then there's marketing, and then there's advertising, and then there's a million other different, like, and marketing just kind of is the one to me. Like, advertising's real, clearly, but like marketing is the one to me. It's so just like wishy-washy, and it doesn't really mean anything, but it also kind of means everything. It just means like whatever the company wants it to mean that day. And I just feel like marketing teams in general are just so bad. And like the whole point of a marketing team is like try to be in touch with the youth most of the time, and it's all like people in their late 20s and early 30s who have no clue what they're talking about. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I really dislike marketing as a concept. But
Yeah, I'm not sure what the difference between marketing and advertising is. That sounds like it's the same thing.
no,
Like
yeah.
I remember learning a little bit about the difference between public relations and marketing.
Yep.
Or advertising, or whatever the heck the more like directly responsible for sales kind of stuff is. The PR is that public relations is a little bit broader. It's a little bit of more of kind of managing like long-term feelings about the brand.
Totally.
Not necessarily about making money.
Yeah, and PR is very real and obviously and important, I would say. And yeah, so advertise. So like that's the thing. Is like I don't know how to articulate what the difference even is, because I don't know if anybody can. Like, because it's just so like amorphous, I guess. It's just
so
like,
I guess it's like, is advertising like the commercials, the print ads,
yeah,
the graphic design, the copy for print ads or scripts or things.
Yeah.
And then is marketing like kind of the grander sort of like concepts and themes and
yeah,
kind of that.
I would say for the most part, yes, you're like you're nailing it for sure. But like my issue with it is like, so I used to work, and then also like specific kinds of marketing are real. Like point of purchase marketing is real because it's very like specific. Like you can clearly explain to someone what point of purchase marketing is. And so like I used to sell point of purchase displays for a job, and I didn't love it, but it was fine. But like the one thing we worked with a lot of, and here's another, this throws another monkey wrench into it, because there are these places called advertising agencies, and the ones that we worked with,
I think everybody's kind of familiar with that.
Yeah, yeah. So like,
because they're an ad agency.
Yeah, and that's similar to what is portrayed in Mad Men, I would say. It's like it's an ad agency, and like that's where they actually like come up with the ads and things like that. But like a lot of times though, what people I think don't realize is very often there's also like the marketing team at a business just hires an ad agency to do everything. Like this is so common. So like what does the marketing team do? I just don't get it. I don't get it. I have a 4-year degree in marketing. I could not tell you what a marketing team does. Truly. It doesn't make any sense. They never clarify. Anytime you tried to ask any question like that, they'd be like, well, you know, it encompasses a lot of different things, and it's a big part of sales. It's very important business things. It's like, very important business things? What are you talking about? Anybody can hire an ad agency. Anybody can go on Craigslist and hire a graphic designer. A graphic designer is going to help you 1 billion times more than whoever is referring to themselves as just a generic marketer ever could. Because that person most likely is a scam artist, in my opinion. Like, it's just, man, I don't know. I just really don't like marketing. I don't know how we even got on this tangent, but
oh, Bronco.
Yes.
Acronyms and
yes.
goofiness.
Yeah, so yeah, and I would say that it feels to me like that is a marketing team where it's like they're like, okay, we need to call this something, And it's like, that's what a marketing team does. It's just like, let's just sit around in a circle and just throw wild names out there and try to make things sound super cool. And it's like, what is cool? Cool based on what? Or it's like, there's some team, there's a team at Microsoft who actually thought naming the new console Series S and X was a good idea. Those people shouldn't have jobs, literally.
Yeah.
Like, it drives me crazy.
Well, and like, you know that the people at Xbox have been working there for a while, because Xbox naming has been terrible ever since Xbox One.
It has been terrible. It's been absolutely terrible.
I'm like, they had a good setup. They had the first Xbox, and they had Xbox 360, which like immediately it's like complete redesign. It's all new. It like, and it rolls off the tongue. It's easy to say.
Yeah.
It's easy to remember. And like, they could have made it so easy on themselves. Just called it Xbox 720.
Yes.
Like, we did it again.
Yes.
And just keep rolling with that.
Yeah.
But no, they're like Xbox One, and everybody's like, "You mean the first one?"
Yeah. Dude,
Like what?
It's crazy how bad it is. And it's like, that's for sure. Like, people approved that. Like, that went up a ladder, and they were like, "Yeah, sounds good." Like, what?
And I mean, like, I get where they got the idea, because they were thinking it'll be your one piece, it'll be like your one entertainment hub.
No, for sure.
Like, it will do everything in one. But everybody just calls the first Xbox. Well, they used to call it the Xbox One, but now we can't do that anymore because they screwed up the naming.
Yeah, it's
and then
so crazy.
One S and then Xbox One X, which both sound a whole lot alike.
Yup.
And doesn't really.
You can use two different letters. Like, go like C and X, or don't go S and X. Go any other letter and X.
Because they pick the two letters that sound the most alike when you say them out loud.
Yeah. Or better yet, don't use the letter X for a system already called an Xbox. There's already two X's in that 4-letter word. It's so crazy.
And on top of that, neither of those letters really explains what those two versions are.
Right! Right! Literally not at all. Dude, it's so crazy. Like, that's marketing. That's marketing. It's failing miserably and then trying again 5 years later and continuing to fail miserably, and nothing happens. No one cares, because marketing isn't real and doesn't matter. Because people still will watch an actual advertisement made by an actual person with actual skills, and that gets people to buy the product. Like, absolutely nuts. All right, I've been venting here. So Amaric says, "Let's win again." Dude, Amaric, you've been thank you for the carry, dude. You've been killing it all stream, and it has not gone unnoticed, and it is appreciated. Patrick as well, you guys both. Falcon T Gaming is here. It's a Falcon. You came in at a weird time, dude. I'm not gonna lie. But welcome. I hope you enjoyed my rant. My mom says, "Doesn't advertising lead to PR, which then leads to sales?" Not really. I would say PR is more, and PR does more than this, but I think of PR almost as like damage control, kind of. They do more than damage control, but
definitely part of it.
Yeah, it's
because they also like coordinate getting stuff to media.
Yeah.
Because here at Autoblog, I mean, we're always working with, like, we're always communicating with PR departments of automakers.
Yeah. Like,
to find out what's new is happening, and to get a hold of cars. And, I mean, like, if you were at a tech magazine or something, getting a hold of games or consoles.
Yeah.
Or other hardware.
They're kind of the first line of defense. Like, they're like what comes between the company and the press. Like, that's like, that's one of the many aspects of their job. But no, I have, big fan of PR people, big fan of advertising people, not a fan of marketing people, because it's not real and marketing doesn't exist. Falcon T Gaming says, "I think you win." I think, to be honest, I haven't been paying attention because I've been in such a rage. Not a real rage. This is a fake rage, but
Well,
yeah. Well, I mean, there's some truth there, but I do have
Eric is keeping his Hulk side under control.
true for now.
Actually, thinking of Hulk,
Yeah.
I haven't played it, but have you played the new Avengers game?
No. So for two reasons, and it's really for one reason that I probably would have caved on if not for the second reason. So I really am pretty mad about Spider-Man exclusivity for PlayStation only. That is crazy to me, and it's like if it was like nobody in the world would have cared, make like Squirrel Girl an exclusive character, make any other character other than very literally Marvel's biggest character. Like,
I mean, you know why?
no, I do know why, for sure. Of course I know
exclusive,
why.
Yeah.
Of course I know why.
Because Sony owns all the rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing. But not video game. This was like a separate thing. They own all the movie rights to Spider-Man, and there's something with Insomniac who created the last Spider-Man game, which was PlayStation exclusive. But there is no like at least as far as I know. I haven't like dug through all the details, but I'm pretty sure there's no actual deal in place that Spider-Man is an exclusive, that any other company needs permission to use Spider-Man in whatever game in non-Sony consoles. Because I know Spider-Man, I mean, every game, take two. Every character pops up in like all of like the Marvel Lego games and all of that stuff, and it's never an issue. And in fact, all the Spider-Man games, maybe not all, but most of the Spider-Man games were all cross-platform until this most recent one. And Sony has owned the rights to cinematic Spider-Man for over a decade now. So I don't know. I guess I'm...
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize that, so that is kind of weird.
Yeah, so it's just like... But I see why they did it, obviously. It's like, because Sony is still seen as the destination for Spider-Man, especially now because everybody knows the movie stuff, and then because the last game happened to be Sony exclusive because of Insomniac, he's now seen as like the Sony character. But like I get it, but also I did not want to encourage that. I hold stronger on that than I do with my Nintendo beliefs, I guess is what I'm saying. But then the second reason why I haven't played it, and the thing that made the first reason easier, is because from everything I've seen, it seems like it's not very good.
Yeah, it seems like it's just kind of mediocre.
Yeah,
from what I've been hearing.
Yes.
It's not bad, but it's also not good.
Yeah.
It's just kind of there.
Yeah, so I'm fine. I'm fine skipping it if it's pretty mediocre for sure. But man, that Spider-Man thing bummed me out for sure.
Some good Spider-Man news though.
Yes.
Spider-Man Miles Morales will be available on PS4. So if you want to play the entire Insomniac Spider-Man stuff, you could pick up a used PS4 and play through it all.
Yeah, there you go. I'm really holding out hope. So here's a wild conspiracy theory for you. I'm interested in your take on this, Joel. So clearly, Xbox, the Bethesda and the ZeniMax purchase was huge for Xbox. That gives them a lot more exclusives that people actually care about. Potential exclusives that people actually care about. Here's my conspiracy theory. I think that Microsoft, to be honest, I hope they do this. I think that they're going to be like, okay, Sony, and I don't know if we'll ever hear about this, but I think they might be like, all right, Sony, guess what? The next Elder Scrolls is ours. Unless Maybe you want to trade exclusives. Maybe we'll put out the next Elder Scrolls on all platforms, but maybe you throw that next Spider-Man game over on Xbox and PC too. And I hope that they can work something out like that. I hope it doesn't become just more exclusives. I think that would be disastrous for the industry. God, I hope they don't do that. I think it's likely that they will, and it'll just be Xbox is going to have more exclusives, and Sony is going to have more exclusives, and everybody's going to double down on the exclusives, and it's going to suck for gamers worldwide. But what I hope happens is I hope they just use each other's leverage, or more accurately, Xbox now has leverage that they didn't have previously, and I hope they're like, look, Sony, everybody wants to play these games. You give us the next Spider-Man, we'll give you the next Elder Scrolls, or whatever, whatever the deal may be. But I hope they can work out stuff like that. But that's my conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Oh, also, stop hitting Patrick. Apparently you were crashing into him a lot.
I mean, Patrick, you know who you're racing with here. I don't know if I can make any problem. I'll try. But I don't even notice, truly. Andy said...
Yeah, I don't...
Go ahead, Joel. Go ahead.
Well, go ahead. Catch up on chat real quick.
Yep.
And we'll jump back in.
Yep, Andy said maybe they came up with the names during a game of Scrabble. Agreed. Amaric... Did we lose Amaric? Honestly, I didn't even notice. Oh, you came in first and we lost? Well, then that's probably my bad. My bad. I didn't mean to be the anchor. Another guy is here. What's up, another guy? Another guy says, my brain hurts after I tried to learn stuff about the Frankish Empire. What is that? That sounds interesting. Patrick said, yeah, it's hilarious. Sorry, Patrick. Lucky Girl says, fun fact, I just spent 30 minutes hearing the stream without seeing it. My phone glitched and left the audio playing even when I had the stream closed. No way. Man, well, yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed our always off the wall tangents. But anyway, what were you gonna say, Joel? Referring to this?
Yeah. So I don't know if the way you laid out kind of how you could see exclusives working out. I don't know if that's exactly how it's gonna work out. I mean, this is the $7.5 billion question: is how is all of this gonna pan out?
Yeah.
Because on the one hand, it's getting ZeniMax and the Bethesda studios is such a gigantic get for Microsoft.
Yeah, it is. Can't be overstated.
I genuinely think that it was a good buy, even if it was...
Thank you for the follow, Phase Rocket. I don't catch them all the time, but I caught that one. Thank you. All right, sorry, Joel, continue.
You're good. Like, that's just an amazing get. And I've always felt that Microsoft has struggled a bit with having, like, really good exclusives that are system sellers.
Yes.
I mean, you have a few core titles, like Forza, Halo,
and Gears of
War.
But those are, like, pretty much all three.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, to be able to say that, like, oh yeah, we've got all of these guys, that's huge.
Yes.
On the other hand, those are also gigantic multi-platform hits.
Yep.
And, like, specifically like Fallout and Elder Scrolls, I just don't see those ever being Xbox exclusive. The most I could see is those being like a early exclusive. Like
yeah.
You get it like a month early on PC and Xbox.
Yep.
Because they just print money. I mean, Skyrim is on like almost every device.
True. I guess my counter, and I don't disagree, but I guess just as a speculative counter to that, I would say that because that is true, I could definitely see, and if I was Microsoft, this would probably be my play, where because those are so crazy popular, I would make them exclusives just to sell systems, just to get more subscribers to Game Pass. I would be like, look, you can either buy the next Elder Scrolls, the next Doom, and the next Fallout at $70 a pop, spend $210, or you can just get an Xbox Series S, get Game Pass, and you're good for those and hundreds of other games forever. And you're not gonna have to buy these games I mean, who's to say if that's what they're gonna say? But I'm saying that's probably how I would do it, and I could see them going that route just because those games for sure will be system sellers, for sure. If they wanted to do that, who's to say if they do? But
well, because the other thing is that Microsoft has kind of been moving in such a way that I don't think they really care as much about making sure that they're selling Xboxes. Because Xbox Game Pass is available on PC. Like, I think Microsoft is just like, we want to get in on, like, we don't care if you're buying an Xbox or a PC, we just want you to buy into our ecosystem in some way.
yeah,
And so, if they're getting people to buy PCs, hey, fine, we don't care.
no, totally. And I guess that's probably... I guess I just think it's more likely... I think it's an easier sell to... Well, let me back up. I think a lot of people... I could be totally wrong here, because I've been a Mac guy forever, and I don't know what modern normal PCs are like. But it's my understanding that if you just buy just like a crappy, like, middle-of-the-road PC for school or whatever, that's probably not going to be a great PC for gaming most of the time. So I just think it might be an easier sell to just be like, look, $299, get this Xbox Series S, and then Game Pass, and you're good until the next generation, pretty much. That might be an easier sell than, like, I guess I just don't know how big I already own a PC that's capable of gaming on this level market is. Because I agree they do only want to get people into Game Pass, but you still need something that is going to be able to even take advantage of it, I guess. So, and I think a $299 Series S is an easier sell than a PC for most people.
Yeah, maybe. Although you actually mentioned something interesting. Do you think Xbox Series S is actually going to be like a usable console through the entire generation?
I mean, that is the question. I think, man, that would be quite the bait and switch if it ends up not being the case. And I think that would be really, really, really a really bad look for Microsoft. So I hope that it is usable for the entire generation. And from what I understand, the actual, like, technical usability specs between Series S and Series X aren't that different. I think the big one and the one that does admittedly really suck is a 512 gig solid state drive is gonna be borderline unusable for most people. I mean, if you download Call of Duty Warzone and any other game and the operating system, congratulations, your hard drive's full pretty much. Like, and that is unfortunate. But if that is the biggest concession they made, then yeah, I could see that being usable for the until the end of the generation, and then people are just gonna have to go external hard drives, which, to be honest, I think most people are probably gonna have to do anyways, even if you get a system with a terabyte. A terabyte is not a lot nowadays, which seems crazy, but it's, I mean, when Call of Duty's coming in at 150 gigs, dude, like, it's nuts. I'm sure Cyberpunk's gonna be a monster. I'm sure every game is
Flight
coming
Simulator.
out. Yeah, Flight Simulator's nutty. It's just, yeah, crazy. But
yeah, and actually, like, storage is something that is kind of an issue with both Microsoft and Sony this generation.
Yes, it is.
Because neither of them offer more than a terabyte.
Yeah, which is
like, that's the
nuts.
max.
Nuts.
And I get that you want to cut down on load times, but I feel like any cut in load times is offset by me having to delete and manage storage in between games.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think. I mean, what I have done and what I would recommend to anyone is, first of all, don't buy the Xbox branded external hard drives. Those things are hilariously overpriced, and it's real cute that Microsoft is trying to sell those. But I'm sure they'll sell a few. But I hope that most people just get a third-party external hard drive. You will be fine. I've been using a third-party external hard drive on my 1S for years now, and it has never been an issue. It's only made my life easier. I would highly recommend anybody else do that if you're worried about storage space. But yeah, don't buy the Xbox one. Did you see this, Joel? The official Xbox storage expansions, they're calling them.
It's expensive.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, you'll spend a couple $100 on official Microsoft expansion stuff.
Yeah. It's like the Apple tax. It's the same thing. Like, if you upgrade your hard drive via Apple, you're paying hundreds more than you would to just do it yourself third party. It's the same thing with this Xbox. So now Microsoft has a tax of their own. Congrats, Microsoft.
Yeah, and
real bad luck, but congrats.
Over the chat. So Silica GT asked if PS5 Digital Edition is only a terabyte. And yeah, whether you get the optical drive one or the digital one, you get 825 gigabytes of storage.
Yes. Oh, sorry, Gil. Go ahead.
And so I think the storage drive probably is a terabyte, but there's an allocation on there just for the system. And so that's why you get a weird storage number like 825 gigs.
So that is the question. I learned something the other day that I feel like throws that into a huge speculation. So when the consoles originally, when the info dropped, it was kind of a thing. It became a little bit of a deal that the Series X was touting 1 terabyte storage, and the PS5, right from the jump, was touting 820. And it seemed like that was implying for somehow a weirdo 820 gigabyte that was actually the size of the drive. Now here is the interesting wrinkle that I just read the other day. I think you'll be very interested to know, Joel, and I think anybody who may not have made their decision yet will be interested to know that while the Series X does have a 1 terabyte drive, they announced just the other day. In fact, they didn't announce. People reported on this who got early Series X's that that once the OS is installed, the OS and other things take up about 200 gigs worth of that 1 terabyte drive. So now the question is the PS5, were they just accounting for this from the jump, or is their drive actually 800 gigs? And if it is their OS going to be an additional 200 gigs? Because that seems bonkers to me. What is Microsoft doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that on PlayStation, they've just accounted for all the space that the operating system and other stuff takes up.
I think you're probably right.
Because the thing is like...
But man, they should clarify.
Because, like, where do you even come up with 825 gigabytes? Like, that's a really, really random thing.
Yeah, it is.
And it doesn't follow the, the only thing that makes any sense is that they've accounted for what all the other stuff takes to.
Yeah.
Also, just because we've touched on it a little bit, I went ahead and looked up the specs on Xbox Series X and Series S.
Oh,
to
yeah,
see what
yeah.
the differences are.
Yeah, let's hear them.
So, the CPU on the Series S is slightly less powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Not by a whole lot, but a little bit. The graphics processor is also a little less powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And the Series S also has a bit less RAM. And the applicable stuff that you'll see out of that is the Series X should be able to do 60 frames a second at 4K.
Yes.
whereas the Series S will be able to do 60 frames a second at 1440p.
Yes.
So
And we should clarify too, that is specifically with gaming. I believe
yes.
for like all of them now can do 4K video viewing. I could only
for
imagine.
Sure, yeah.
But no, that's interesting. And the other thing I saw too, and maybe this is on the article that you're currently reading, Joel, and this goes way over my head personally, but people who seem to be smarter than me seem to think that like the Series S downgrades, it's like it doesn't need as much RAM to provide a similar performance because of like it's something with like the way it's all set, like the way everything works together, to where it's like the downgrades aren't as much of a downgrade as it may seem because they all work to clearly I don't know what I'm talking about. This is way over my head. It's like big time tech stuff. But
so yeah, I think what I mean, I'm not an expert either, but from the sound of it, what I'm guessing is that since you're probably not going to be running it as high resolution, you don't need as much power anyway.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
To get a similar look on like a 1080p TV.
Yep. Yeah.
Also worth noting, the Xbox Series S does not have an optical drive on it, so that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an issue, considering that it has the smaller solid state drive too.
Yeah. I guess I just
because it's only got 512 gigs.
Yeah,
and it's digital only.
Yeah, I guess so I'm not gonna, as you guys know, I built a gaming PC like a month or two ago, so I'm not gonna be getting any of these. But if I were to get one, I probably would still go Series S if it was for me. And I'd just get like a less than $100 terabyte external. But like I'm just the kind of person where like I would see that as a necessity no matter what either way. But I absolutely see like, yeah, that could be an issue for some people. If you really like, if you're like saving up all year and you only have $300 to spend, that's probably not going to go great. Well, I guess if you're that person, maybe it would go fine because you're not going to be buying games like crazy. But if you subscribe to Game, I don't know, I'm talking myself into it. Yeah, that is really bad. The more I like talk through it, that's not good. That's not going to be good for people.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that there is a case for the Series S where like if you are on a budget, you don't have, or you don't need, or you don't want a 4K TV. Like, you're perfectly fine with what you've got.
Yeah. Which the majority of people do not have 4K TVs still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still have a 1080p TV.
Same. Yeah.
So I think but yeah, the storage issue is one of those things where like about a year down the road, you're probably going to be annoyed with it.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, that's generous. Yeah.
Yeah. But at least in the near term, you would have a next-gen console.
Yep.
For not much money.
Yep. I think
so.
Potentially my craziest prediction is, I think probably not this holiday season, because this holiday season isn't going to tell anyone anything, because all of them, spoiler alert guys, every console is going to sell out. Like, but it's not due to popularity, it's due to production issues. But I think after a year or so, when we have a more realistic idea of like which console is doing better, my crazy prediction is that out of all four of them, I think the PS5 might have more of a total market share. I think almost certainly it'll have more of a total market share. But I think individually, I think the Series S is going to be the most sold console out of all four. Personally. But I still think PlayStation 5, between its two versions, is going to have way more of a total market share. But man,
yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be an extremely tight race.
Agreed. But I feel like people are really underestimating how many low-income gamers there are. I think there are a lot. I think there's way more low-income gamers than there are gamers who care about being able to play things in 60 frames per second, 4K, or die. Like, vast majority of people don't even know what that means or care at all. So, yeah, I don't know. But that is I'm not super confident in that prediction, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. I think the Series S is a good move from Microsoft. But I think you are absolutely right about its shortcomings, and I agree wholeheartedly that if you get one, eventually you might not need it day one, but you are very soon gonna need an external hard drive to pair with it. I think there's no argument can be made there.
Yeah, and one thing that I do want to mention is that, so back when PS5 was announced, I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally getting this day one. I'm super pumped. I'm not going to get it day one.
Yeah.
There's just not going to be games that the games
totally.
that I am waiting for have not been announced for launch date or close to launch date.
Yep.
So I'm just going to wait a little while.
Yeah, I feel like that's oh my god. Well, by the way, that was the last race, and I finished it like an absolute idiot because I looked away for half a second and ran into a wall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, because of the stream delay, I only just saw it. Wow.
Yep, that is my bad. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Do you remember what we were just talking about, Joel?
Day one console.
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess it's probably a perfect thing to end on. Is like, hopefully nobody feels like they even need any next gen console, because quite literally, there are no next gen exclusives at all yet. Like, because
pretty much, because even like a lot of the stuff announced for PS5, a lot of it is going to be on PS4.
Yeah, also PS4,
or just PS4, because I think even like Cyberpunk 2077, it like they make it clear it's like you can play it on PS5, but the actual PS5 version of it is not coming out until a few months later.
Right, it's so weird.
So I mean,
how
like,
are we still doing races? I guess we got one more race.
So I mean, in some ways, like, a PS5 would be kind of a neat replacement for your PS4, because I mean you can play most of your PS4 games on it.
Sure.
And the same with Xbox, Series S and Series X.
For sure.
You can play most of your Xbox One games on it. So it's like you could buy it and then basically have it take the place of your Xbox One or your PS4.
Yeah, totally.
And just wait for the games to come out. But I don't feel like shelling out that money yet.
And I think a lot of people are gonna agree with you. Also, I just realized I am literally 20 minutes behind on the chat. That is my bad, guys. We've done like a million races in a row, so I haven't had a chance to like not look at the screen. But yeah, my bad, everybody. But welcome if you're new here. I would normally shout you out, but I don't know what we joined here that has us doing so many races back to back to back. But we did. Whoa.
Yeah, I've kept Celica GT in the loop a little bit with chat, because some of the stuff that we talked about was related to that.
Nice.
Patrick asked if we might do F1 2020 online again sometime.
Yeah, for sure. I'd absolutely be down to do F1 2020. We'll do it next week if you guys are into that game. I'm glad you said something. I haven't really been thinking about that. Yeah, we'll throw it in next week for sure.
Amric, well, there were comments on your big crash just a little bit ago.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Amric thanked us for the racing.
Of course. Thanks for the carries all day, Amric. You are incredible at this game.
Andy, when we were talking about frames per second, he was like, anyway, 144 frames per second or nothing.
Yeah. Dude, that is... So, I have this crazy PC now, but I have not gotten a monitor that has a refresh rate that can take advantage of the true frame rate capabilities. But I have a friend who also recently built a gaming PC and did get a monitor, and he's pulling like 200 frames on like every game, at least that it's possible on.
That sounds like a really expensive monitor and an expensive computer.
No, so believe it or not, I mean, it's certainly not cheap, but I'm pretty sure he got the monitor because I was really tempted. Because when he told me that, I was like, "You're lying," and he's like, "No," and he sent me the monitor, and it was on sale at Micro Center, I believe, for $400 or $450. So it's not cheap, but
okay, but that's not terrible.
No, it's not crazy. Yeah,
for like a nice screen.
Yeah, yeah. But so here's my plan. Here's my secret plan, everybody. What I might try to do is because my PC, and look, anybody who's a big time PC gamer is gonna probably turn the stream off and never come back after I say this. I have yet to hook my PC up to an actual PC monitor. It is actually in my living room hooked up to my television because that is my preferred way by far to play games. And I don't really care about, like, I get it. It's way better with a monitor. I get it. I don't care. I like playing games in comfort, sitting on a couch, often with friends. So, that's just how it's gonna be. But I understand that's not ideal. But my secret plan here is, so Amazon Prime Day is coming up. And by the way, anybody, if you're planning on shopping during Amazon Prime Day, check out Autoblog.com. I am going to be working up with the team lots of great deals content on Prime Day and the day after. It's October 13th. If you don't know. So, yeah, check it out October 13th. Check out autoblog.com. We're going to have tons of posts on. We're going to try to find like the actual good deals for you guys and make it a little easier for everybody. But one thing that I am personally going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for a television that has a higher refresh rate than 60. Cuz my current TV actually does have a refresh rate of 60, which is not bad for a TV. It's actually better than the monitor I'm playing this on right now. But if I could find one with 120, man, I would be stoked. So I think that's going to be my goal is get a 120 hertz, I think, refresh rate television monitor on Prime Day. I'm going to try to find a sale on one.
So, Eric, I've got some good news for you. Basically, every new TV nowadays has at minimum 120 hertz.
Does it
so
really?
You should be able to get one extremely cheap.
Yes.
Yeah, 120 hertz was like a big thing, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 years ago.
No, for monitors for sure, but not for televisions. Televisions don't come with 120 that often, do they? Because my TV that's 60, I just got... Oh, sorry.
TVs, they're... Yeah, sorry, you cut out
Yep.
There was a delay. Because there've been lots of TVs that like have the 120 hertz, like they call it like motion flow and things like that on big TVs.
Wow.
And I hated it because they applied it to like actual TV broadcasts and stuff, and so it would...
Oh yeah, with their... You can turn that off though, but...
Yeah.
But I know exactly what you mean. It looks like crap.
Yeah. So you should be able to get a TV with actually probably up to like 240 hertz.
That would...
for probably pretty affordable.
That would be mind-blowing. I know my mom has been looking for a new TV too. Mom, if I find one, you can have my current one. FYI, but...
And since you do have your PC hooked up to it, you might want to get a 4K TV because your PC will be able to take advantage of that pretty easily.
Yeah. I mean, it's all going to come down to cost. I really don't want to spend a ton. I think this is throwing us into more races, but that's got to be the last race, guys. We gotta end it here. We're already over. Generally, we do this from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Joel, thank you. Hold on. Let me at least shout out. I see Pepe Ga or Pepega. Either way, what's up? Welcome. Celica, what up, Celica? I'm sorry I missed all of this, guys. We just got into quite the quite the race here. Amaric, yes, thank you for playing. Everybody, thank you for playing. Celica just got a monitor. Good stuff. Love it. Rally Bob is here as well. Rally Bob says at least 144. Yeah, I mean, I'll keep you guys in the loop. Hopefully I can find something good. But anyway, so before we do the outro here, Joel, is there anything that you would like to say? Or close with, or any final thoughts at all? You know, it doesn't have to be. How about this? Anything that you've written lately that you want to encourage people to go read on Autoblog?
Well, so shots of the next generation Honda Civic are up on our site from patent drawings. That came to us from a Civic forum. It's pretty cool. We were not expecting to see it so soon. Let's see. Information about the Ford F-150 hybrid and towing and payload capability are out. So there's actually a lot of good stuff on our site right now. So it's worth checking out.
Yeah. So check that out. Again, that is autoblog.com. And we're talking about autoblog.com because this is the official live stream of autoblog.com. We do this twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock Eastern time. Oh, except for this Thursday. Long time chatters know that once a month we have one stream where we can only do an hour. For the month of October, it's this coming Thursday. We're going to be doing WRC 9, just from 3 to 4. But most of the time, it's 2 to 4, 2 hours, twice a week. So just FYI. Again, it's because we're part of Autoblog. So check out Autoblog. We have all the latest and greatest automotive news and reviews on the site. We've got car shopping tools that will help you find a car. We've got tools that let you know who has the cheapest gas price near you. It's a lot of really, really good stuff on site. So make sure you check that out. You can also find us all over social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all over the place. A lot of you are watching on Twitch. A lot of you are watching on YouTube. FYI, our YouTube channel is a lot more than just gaming content and live streams. A lot more. We have lots of great video reviews even of cars and trucks, just all kinds of car related videos. So check out our YouTube page as well if you haven't yet. There are a few Autoblogs on YouTube, but we are the one. We're not autoblog.nl or whatever. We're just normal Autoblog. We have a podcast. It's called the Autoblog Podcast. That is available anywhere where podcasts are available. We do have merch. It is at redbubble.com/people/autoblog, or you can search for Autoblog on redbubble.com, or you can go to the link in the Twitch bio. It's there as well. We've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, we got throw pillows, we got jigsaw puzzles with beautiful photography of cars and roads. We've got face masks, we got reusable, rewashable face masks. So a bunch of great stuff at the merch store. So check that out if you are interested. And thanks to everybody who watched and chatted today. Sorry I kind of ignored you guys for the last 20 minutes. I just didn't expect to get so worked up about our conversation one and so sucked into the races here too. But appreciate everybody watching. Oh my God, Patrick says unpause the game. All right, Patrick, what are we looking at here? We got, oh my God, how did you do this? This is so wild. Well, all right. I'm glad you said unpause it. I would say that was worth it. That is super crazy looking. But anyways, thank you for watching, everybody. Thanks for everybody who hopped in and raced with us. Always love racing with everybody. And then last but not least, one thing I like to say at the end of the stream is obviously the world is pretty insane right now. So if you have a charity or a cause that you really like, that you think makes the world a better place, consider donating to that charity or cause if you can. Or also look up remote volunteer opportunities as well if you're so inclined. There are a bunch of them. Joel and I actually recently did some remote volunteering the other week. I am planning on continuing doing it as well. I actually I actually volunteered through a service called zooniverse.org. It's just the word universe, but with the word zoo and instead of the U. It's really cool. But yeah, I just encourage everybody to either donate to a charity or donate some time to a cause that you like. If you don't know, if you have no clue where to start, we do have a list of charities and causes that we like in our Twitch bio that you can check out. But I encourage you to do the research and find one that you really support and that you think really makes the world a better place. So that is gonna do it for the stream today. Thank you for watching, everybody, and we will be back on Thursday at 3 o'clock, not 2 o'clock, but 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time with some WRC9. So thank you for watching, everybody, and have a good one.